Hello, and welcome to Office Hours with Amber. I'm Amber. This is Office Hours. I'm going to check the audio, because I will not be scorned once again. We've got a lot of things to cover today, so the first 10 minutes of today's session is just going to be me venting. A lot of debriefing. Let's make sure this audio is good. Hello, and welcome to Office. Yep, seems good to me. All right, audio's good. Camera's good. I'm good. I'm not good. I'm good. I'm fine. Am I convincing myself? Who could be? Sure. Not me. Okay, lots of updates. We're going to go one by one, nice and slow. Today's going to be very calm, cool, collected. Because I don't know about you guys, but it gets to June and it's like all of your winter projects become spring projects, become summer projects, and then all of your new projects pile on top of the other projects. And it's like, I've just got a lot of good ideas. It's tough. A lot of good ideas up top. Harry, thank you so much for checking the audio. So happy to have you here. Okay. I've got a list because we are everywhere today. Anyways, first and foremost, coolest thing ever. I'm still so stoked that I am invited to be a presenter at the Active Cell Conference, which is where I've met many of my besties in the Excel world. The Active Cell Conference I've attended in 2023, 2024, and at 2025, I will be presenting the case study findings of Office Hours with Amber, if you can completely transform your understanding of Excel in 48 hours, which technically, I mean, so far in the 24 that I've put in, I've already definitely transformed. So I would say we're on a good track there. Cool thing is I'll be doing a presentation of kind of transforming your Spark into a system to be able to take the inspiration that you get from the things that you learn online and transition that into impact and how you can systemically create, a path forward for yourself to learn new things when everything is so overwhelming all the time. We have a guest star, Banjo. He has been very needy today. And you know what? Me too. Are we trying to lay down, brother? Where are we going? You good? In or out? Where are we going? Oh, you just want to hang out. How about in the donut? Okay, so the Active Cell Conference, I finally shot my promo video, so that'll be coming up soon. Oh yes, I will be speaking alongside the Excel World Champ. I can't read. And that, I have to let you guys know, inside scoop, I am also slotted to be an announcer for the MECC finals. So like the one that's on the arena stage. I don't think they know I can't read, so I'm going to practice teleprompting before then, but I'm really excited, blessed to have the opportunity. The fact that They're trusting me with any kind of public speaking is hilarious, but that's okay. I think we've got the attitude for it. But yes, I will be speaking alongside the Excel World Championship and legendary Humble MVP. Who could forget him? Okay, so that promo video is coming up soon. I, sneak peek for anyone watching, did waterboard, drown myself for it in a public access of a lake. You'll find out soon. Another cool thing is because I've been invited to do that, I figured Peachy Profitability is, I've gotten it this far without any professional help, but I think the brand just isn't as sharp as she should be. And, you know, the peach is cute, but I'm not confident in any of the colors or the fonts or the branding. So, cool thing. Eric, thank you so much for the kind words about my emceeing at the London Speed Run. The branding. So the cool thing is I am getting my branding reworked, or rather worked for the first time by KZoom, which is a local branding company here in Kalamazoo. And they are so fantastic. The team is so nice. And my girl Nora has been working some stuff up. I'm giving you the inside first iteration. There's about like 2 more iterations that we're going to do. But so far, I think it's so cool. And I'm going to pull up the picture. And of course, I'm losing my mind. Okay. And I don't even know if this is going to show on screen. But this is the beginnings of Peachy Profitability. Oh. Come in. Peachy Profitability version 2. Oh. There might be someone at the door. It's none of my business. Tell them we have things going on. Anyways, first looks at the new era of Banjo. I'm going to need you to relax, please. Relax, please. Okay. First looks at the new era of Peachy Profitability. Look how cool. We're doing some there's like 2 more rounds of revisions. Banjo's just going to keep being crazy and I'm so sorry. But there's 2 more revisions and the cool thing is it kind of combines a lot of, I'm going to do a whole video about that later, but all I'm saying is we're sharpening up Peachy Profitability. So there's a lot of things that are going to change over time, but I'm so excited because this is the first time I've actively been like, Amber, you've made enough money to be able to reinvest in professional services to really make this a business. But I digress. Tertiary to all of that, the best way to support me and what I do here and all of the efforts I'm putting in solopreneurship is if you have any friends, family, coworkers, bosses, anyone who ever says, like ever kind of interacts with something and something costs them time, costs them money, there's an often chance that an industrial engineer like myself can help make that better. A lot of the times, and a lot of my Excel folks definitely feel this, if there's a better way to do it, we will find it. And so oftentimes so once I've got the branding kind of sorted out, I'm going to be working better on like a sales pitch, which is hilarious because it's like, yeah, I do a lot of cool stuff, but I really can't package up what I do neatly to be able to have my friends and family kind of talk about it, which makes the whole word of mouth thing kind of tough. It's like, yeah, I could go anywhere and do anything, but how do you sell that? You can't, it's gray, but I'm also working with a professional sales consultant, which I'm really excited about because while I'm also up-leveling all of my technical skills, I'm also up-leveling all of my intrapersonal skills on the side as well. So your girl is transforming right now. Anyways, speaking of business ownership, you might see this shirt I've got on. My friend, let's see if I can do the zoomed in version. Oh, my mouse is freaking out. Sam's Place. Oh, come on. There we go. My best friend in the whole wide world opened a bar and her grand opening was on Friday and she's doing such a fantastic job and I'm so excited for her. So if you're ever in Three Rivers, Michigan, stop on in. I helped set up their menu and all their POS. Snaps for Amber. But no, she's really, ran with it and she's doing such cool stuff. So stay tuned. Got to peep the merch. But yes, in terms of, it's tough because I'm in a perpetual state of busy, but that's because I will always fill my container to the best of my ability with all of the things I want to do. I don't even know how to describe, like, I'm busy, but I'm open to new projects, which is like inverse. We're going to work on it over time. All I'm saying is if you have someone, a process, some time or money that needs to be optimized, odds are I have something for it. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about ADHD for a bit, and then I'm going to adjust this text to actually reflect reality. I'm going to say, I'm going to give myself another 5 minutes. Okay. So cool thing is I changed my ADHD medication. So if anyone is familiar with changing up medications, I don't know if it's just me, but this has been very chaotic because Ritalin, like the short form Ritalin, is like 4 hours. It's a methylphenidate. It kind of, imagine there's like all the noise and all the like things racing through your head and it all goes quiet. So then you can kind of focus directly on what you're working on. And that's fine. It worked for a good long 18 months. And then now it's getting to the point where I don't want to have to go through this 4 hour, like 2 hours up and 2 hours down, 2 hours up and 2 hours down, because, and I have been comparing it to Flowers for Algernon. And if you're not familiar, apparently nobody other than like Southwest Michigan public schools were reading this. But anyways, in Flowers for Algernon, there's a character that is mentally handicapped or, severely behind, and they were doing experimental tests on this mouse, and they give it this medication to make it really smart. And so the mouse had really great results, so they gave our boy this medication. He got really smart, and the writing style changes. It's really a fantastic book, and there's a lot of other subplots, but like we're getting there. So in this book, eventually the mouse declines in health, declines in cognitive behavior, and eventually dies. Same thing with our boy. He then has to watch the mouse, Algernon, kind of kick it. So then he does too. And you might be wondering, Amber, how does that apply to you? Every 4 hours, I go from 0 to hero back to 0 again. And so imagine being on this roller coaster for 12 hours and like forgetting to take your meds. And so that's where I'm like, okay, I think we have finally graduated into a place to be ready for extended release. So that's where now I'm taking Concerta, which is like kind of a 10 to 12 hour efficacy timeline, but the peaks and valleys kind of spread out depending on your nutrition. Nutrition being a great point of contention. Your nutrition, your water, your how you're interacting, etc. So now going from that, I used to kind of nap and then work really hard and then nap, and then like my schedule is so crazy. So now I'm in a consistent enough place where I'm like, okay, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., take it, have a full day vibes. But now, as soon as that 12 hours is over, like my entire body like collapses. And you want to know why? We're going to zoom in for this. You want to know why? Because your appetite's kind of gone. And nutrition is important for energy, like creating energy. And so by the end of the day, after taking Concerta for 2 days, I didn't eat for 2 days. And so I got home and I was like, oh, I'm going to go take a shower before I log back into my computer. I was walking to my shower and then I was like, oh, I'm going to take a nap right here, right now. And I just fell asleep on the ground. And then eventually got up 4 hours later. I was like, uh-oh, we should probably figure out the food thing. So all I'm saying is if you are going through any transitions with your ADHD meds, God bless, because it's been a ride. But thankfully I took the weekend to kind of recalibrate my sales, eat properly, get things back in order. So the nice thing is now we're in a better place around Concertas, but I'm also very calm. Everything's cool. But I thought there was also, and this is just a lot of woo-woo magic right now. So like in the process of like being really frustrated that the meds were working and then they weren't working and then things were kind of up and down for a while, I started to recognize I was being really mean, and I didn't want to blame it on the meds because it wasn't the meds, because it's the same meds I was taking, just a different kind of form. And what I realized, and I had to kind of, what I recognize, and the reason why we're talking about this right now is because when your brain is so full of just noise and nonsense emotions and crazy, you can't, like, you could learn, but you're not going to learn as effectively. I know I won't. And so I'm talking about all of this because I think it's good to share of like, as you can't force a emotional square peg through a learning circle hole. Like it just with me will not work. And sometimes I have to really slow down and meditate. More of me and ChatGPT work through where's the core of what's going on in my noggin right now. We're extending 5 minutes because this is, I think, really important. Okay, so I recognized, and I was working through with ChatGPT, use it wisely, don't get crazy. But what I was recognizing was I was snapping at a lot of people for like kind of nothing. And I dug a little deeper into it. And what I recognized is when I was perceiving that, when I was talking about something I'm interested in or something that I've been spending a lot of time on, and it wasn't met with complete like joy or complete interest or complete like, or if there was even a hint of disinterest or questioning of why I was doing it, it's like, and I got to this point with ChatGPT, it's like I had I go into bodyguard brain where like there's two versions of me. There's the like fire bringer, the fire creator, and then there's the bodyguard. So the fire creator is inside. That's who's making the office hours of the Amber. That's who's making Peach Profitability. That's who's driving all these businesses forward and like creative and fostering this thing that's like not like it's not stable enough yet. It's like kind of this house of cards. So I'm house of carding, building this fire. And it's like this bodyguard comes in and is like, whoa, do not talk to the Ember Keeper. Like, you can't talk to her right now. You can't even put your negativity near her because she needs to do what she needs to do, which is like, this all sounds like really crazy to say out loud, but like, I think it's important because remembering, and the whole thing about Peachy Profitability is the people behind processes, behind business, behind engineering. Before you can do any of that, you have to address the human part of it. And like, yes, I'm sure like a lot of neurotypical people can push right past their emotions, compartmentalize and move on. But I think those people end up having, heart attacks and, panic disorder. So all I'm saying is meditate a little bit and maybe you'll live a happy life. I'm just kidding. Man, this is we've gone off the rails. Okay, I digress. What I'm saying is it was nice to be able to visualize or like be able to check in with myself and say, why am I being so mean, so snappy and so weird? Because I'm not a mean person and I genuinely care about people, but I was being so quick to just fight people. And what I realized is that it was actually this internalized bodyguard that was protecting internal Amber from being her sails being shaken from the noise that's happening around me. Because, a lot of times if you say, yeah, I'm going to make an engineering firm called Peachy Profitability, people go, don't you think it should be like a little bit more professional? Don't you think this? And all the don't you thinks and shouldn't you blahs, I just don't have time for, unless it's like a very constructed in such a specific way where it's like really constructive criticism. But I don't know, it's good that I have this level of filtration to be able to be firm in what I'm doing and know that what I'm doing makes sense for me and I don't really have to care about everyone else. But I was recognizing that the bodyguard was being a little crazy. So thankfully I had the bodyguard to protect the inner workings to make sure that everything is still working properly. But sometimes the bodyguard needs to fucking relax. So if you're changing between medications, check in with yourself and make sure that you're, being nice and giving yourself the space to be an asshole if you need to. I digress. Now that that's all out in the open, that's my little emotional TED talk with y'all. I'm going to take that title off because we're done debriefing. Today, we have a lot of very interesting things that I am going to be putting to the test. And I created a process for myself to create familiarity and muscle memory with OA Robot. So Excel Robot, if you see him in the chat, that's Eric Ohm. And he has Ohm Automation, and they've created an add-in for Excel called OA Robot. Normally, this would be the things that I'm doing now would happen the first week of the month, but he dazzled me for the first 2 weeks. So this is me taking it slow, peeling it back, not trying to do everything at the same time. So I'm going to show you this Excel sheet. We're going to step by step through the process to learn and create a process for people to, well, me, and if hopefully other people take this vibes. I digress. Let's learn about OA Robot. I think that's it. Let's do it. Okay. So essentially, what's going on, or what I think is a good enough process for me to start really tangibly soaking in and familiarizing myself with OA Robot, is a few things. One, I want to make sure I have typed out and seen and touched every command type. Two, I want to see what command collections do I have right now, what are their names, familiarize myself with who wrote them, what the vibes are, which are some of them we've heard a lot. A lot of these will be repeat information, but it's oftentimes if you don't, if you can't teach it to someone else, did you really learn it? Did you learn it well enough? So this is my version of, can I regurgitate and like narrow in on some of this stuff? From those command collections and those command types, I want to cherry pick my favorites because it's easy to start with inspiration if it already exists there. From there, I'm going to write which command it is or some way to kind of reference back because I want to make like kind of a muscle memory checklist. So we don't believe in cheat sheets around here, but I do believe in, my personal pathway to make sure that I'm creating muscle memory because it has to come from somewhere. So it's going to also say which collection it came from, because I think that's going to be helpful for me to kind of categorize, like recognize like how command collections kind of come to be. Is it really just a smattering of things that that person thought about at that time? Or is it something more intelligent than that? I am creating my own command collection called Amber's Brain, which I'm excited about because I want it to be kind of all the industrial engineering facing stuff and all of my cherry picked favorites. So anyways, while cherry picking my favorites, I also want to pressure myself to think, how will I actually use this, or where are places in my day-to-day right now where I could use this? So then when I print this off, I go, oh, I'm in my WMS file. Let's try using this. And then I have a path forward for myself, which I think will be good. And then finally, I don't know how much we're going to accomplish in this hour today, but this is what I'm going to be working on the sidelines, and I will be bringing to the community call next week. If you sidebar, if you want to come to the community call or are interested in the community call or joining Office Hours with Amber, feel free to, I think in the bio, there's a link to submit your goals. It's never too late to submit your goals. And submit your goals, and there's a monthly check-in sheet. So either one of those, fill them in, put your email, and then you'll get on the Zoom call list. Also, if you want to be a part of Office Hours with Amber, you don't have to come to any of those, and you can just be a part of the goal-keeping system. So I digress. Cool. The fourth thing that I want to do is identify frictions I've felt and robots I want. So essentially all of the robot commands are really a micro automation of something that's taken us time, but we want to be able to do it faster, do it cleaner, do it more consistently. And so that's where I've got some ideas, and these are things that I've kind of talked with Eric about in the last, like as Eric was talking, here's some things that I was like thinking about. That's not even a real thing. Destination. These are notes of that thing. That's fine. Okay. They're only like half written notes, but I want to say what the friction point is, where am I feeling it? So what tools or how often or how, where does it live in my processes, and does it exist already? So there's a lot of circumstances where everyone in this Excel community already has so many good fucking ideas, and I don't think I've ever had a unique thought ever. And that's okay with me, because I'd love to make my list of things I want and then go cherry pick it from someone else who's probably made it really, really good or much better than me. If it doesn't exist already, that's where I'll probably do a one-on-one with Eric to be able to figure out how to make it. I'm going to challenge myself to be able to make it, but that's the final frontier. And I think if I am able to do all of those 4 steps, I will become the robot expert that I want to be. And I think I got a lot of inspiration or a lot of excitement being able to and I'm going to zoom out for a sec. when I first was looking at the robot collections, I think because I'm so new to lambdas, or I'm so like I'm not a financial modeler, or I really don't compete that much, I was like, well, none of these robots really fit me. So I was like, how do I fit? And then figuring out, oh, I can just make engineer robot or like something like that, and it would be. I think I've got I've got ideas. And I just had a new idea as I was sitting here. Like, for instance, Gantt charts are, no matter what template you use and no matter how you build it, free template, question mark. No matter how you build it, it's always such a pain in the ass. And it would be cool to be able to have a robot command that would, and the only reason I'm thinking about this is because I saw mixing two ideas together. There was a command about report formatting and being able to like dress up your whole Excel sheet with the correct formatting and the correct layout that you want. And it's like, well, if I have some pre-written VBA code that I could just call on to create templated things that I like, why not have it? Because I don't know. And then have some like maybe parameters on like weekly, daily, monthly, like what level of Gantt are we working with? Because I feel like that's always a fight. I digress. We're going to get to there, but we're going to start with the first, which is command types. So the other thing is I'm going to decrease the number of rows. And also, I think, and Eric, I know you're watching, but I think when you first get into OA Robot, you're kind of feeling like there's so much I could do. Where do I even start? And so that's why I'm kind of following this path today the way I am, because I was kind of feeling overwhelmed too. And Eric has taken countless hours to work me through what's going on. And so that's where I need to put in the work. So we're going to do that. Control Shift O. So the command types are all of these. And I think if I do the question, then you get the documentation. Ooh. Commands. Ooh, that's what I'm looking for. Ooh, Ashley, what does optimize prime mean? Or are you just making a Transformers joke? Okay. So the cool thing is Python is next month, so I'm interested to see how that all cooks up together. Also, send keys, I think, are really cool. And I think that's where the send keys commands are going to be really important for like the center cross selection. And I'm going to put send keys. An anti-pattern robot with a play on words for deception type name. I love anti-pattern robot. Auto hotkey. Send key. What do you do? Oh. So, side note. Eric, if you're in the chat, phone a friend. If I want to see all send key type commands, is there a way to do that? So if I wanted to like Ooh. So then, okay, the separate thing is my favorite way to learn any technology ever, ever, ever is quite literally clicking on every single button, and just messing around. No, fuck that. Fuck around, find out, click through every single button because that is the best way to physically create the muscle memory. And yes, we're just clicking buttons, but I digress. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Ambot. Ambot. That's exactly it. Ashley, you're so onto something. Ah, there I am. Hee hee. Send. Oh, I just don't have any right now. So if I did like formula. Yeah, okay, I see. I see. So I just need some send key ones. Okay. Yes, Ambot. I'm changing the name now. That's exactly it. Wait. Upload. Ah. Why is it not saving? Oh. Wait. Okay. Key thing. Rename Ambot. That's so fun. I'm obsessed, actually. And you know what? Okay. Confidence booster. If there's a bow mode, he's infamous in this Excel community. What's preventing me from being infamous in this community? Ambot can be its own thing. And I'd be like, what's Ambot? Amber bot. Yeah, I can own Ambot. I'm stoked. So stoked. I didn't mean to do the zoom. Okay, wait. And then just, okay, type this, send, space. Oop. Oh, you know what? I think I'm doing something strange. I think I just don't have any send key commands yet, which I think are going to be my favorite. Because although I love the whole Alt H P, like being able to Alt menu my way through, love it. However, that is my first thing. Actually, we're adding that. Any Alt commands, bot it out, because especially Ian Schnorr, he is the master of alt codes, and he does not use his mouse. He's tic-tacs around, which I love that for him. I don't have that muscle memory, and I would rather just create muscle memory with send keys. So I'm about to do all the alt commands. Okay, cool. VPA macros, I think I'm excited about that as well. Power Query. I think once I get a good understanding, let's actually open. See what happens there. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Open chat. Oh, I'm really boogering that up. Hee hee. Eric, don't stress out. I'm just bad at this. Oh. Ah, thank you, Eric. I was lost at sea. Okay. Yeah. So if I want to use ChatGPT, OpenAI, how do I do that? We'll come back to it. I'm interested though. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't booger something up. Cool. Power. Formula. Ooh. Okay. Now my command collections. Array robot. See, it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but I'm familiarizing myself with like the fingers. Yes, the Eric, I think this will be very helpful for you to see in the wild how people without any direction might be using this. So, yeah. Getting started. Lambda robot. And Amber's brain is full of nothing, so really I'm not going to mark that one. Ooh, pop quiz for the group. What is an XLAM versus an XLSM? Because I think XLSM is just like an Excel, like macro enabled, but like what's an XLAM? Oh, isn't that like an add-in or something? Y'all let me know. So, and then and then you said to I can right click on stuff. Ooh, wait, I wonder, update latest version. Sure. Okay. Macro enabled add-in. Beautiful. When is a circumstance you'd use one or the other? Like XLSM versus XLAM. Whoa. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with Formula Robot because I want to, basically from here, I want to cherry pick. I'm going to actually, I want to say like Formula Robot, here's the things I like, and then go one by one. I apologize if this is so boring, but I'm getting a lot out of this, so bleh. And I also don't know where these came from, so I'm excited to find out. Formula Robot F1. Yay! Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so really, okay. I like this is so good. I like that this is broken down into sub groups. I wonder. Oh no, I'm just full of shit. Oh, they're properties of specific ones. Okay. I can read, guys, I promise. So we've got our fill functions, our formula functions, our paste functions, table translate, and other generally. And then it goes into each individual alphabetically which is cool. Okay, I kind of want to make like subgroups. Grouped by tags. Oh, that's great to know. Because when I eventually make Ambot, don't you just love it? Ambot. It's great. We're 40 minutes in and I've done pretty much nothing of use, but that's okay. But with Ambot, then I can subcategorize by the tags into like the subgenres of industrial engineering. Ooh, fantastic. Love this. Oh, they're right here. Oh yeah, okay. I think, ooh, another idea. When I'm about to go click a button that I normally don't have a button for, I'm going to mentally make a note of that. And I'm going to say wrap text, which that one's not the hard, but that's the thing. It doesn't need to be a hard thing to be automated. Wrap text is something I have to take my hands off the keyboards for to be able to do, or I never remember the alt keys because I don't care about them. So being able to wrap text and then auto fit the column. I know auto fit exists. That would be cool. Okay. That's a good way to find our issues. Cool. Great. Okay, we're going to array and we're going to F1 find new things. She's going to do what she's going to do. Okay, so we have lambda, paste, vol1, wrap with, so cool, and then other. I'm going to get my subcategories and then I'm going to go from there. Okay. Because I want to keep building muscle memory in the same pace of like getting started. Ooh, getting started, F1. See if she's got anything in there. Alt H W. Okay, let me go mark that down. Alt H W. And then let's imagine this wasn't auto fit column width. Yes, we're doing things. Eric, are you so proud? I'm proud. It really comes down to you just have to do it and you have to slow down to speed up, if you will. Okay. Command collections, lambda, robot, F1. Tags are lambda, let paste. Which I'm seeing paste in a lot of these, which I kind of like. I'm feeling structure. And then we're going to go at MEWC, oops, F1. Wrap text will be perfect send keys command for you to create yourself. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Analysis, filter, go to, group. And this command collection was created by Jack Kennedy. And I wonder, my question is, in the documentation, does it reference who the author is, or how to like that'd be interesting. Because I know inside of individual commands, there's a way to see the author. Oops, at MEWC. Oh, so I don't have CompBot. Oh my gosh. Scary. Okay, well, Eric, thank you for the 7 million of these. Now I need to go, I'm gonna go get CompBot eventually. I know she sent a code recently, so I need to just go find it. But separately, how do we know how to, is there an easy way to find out who wrote what? I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in a household with, I grew up in a King of the Hill, BattleBots, Mythbusters household. Not really much a sports household. So BattleBots was sports to me growing up. Okay. Let's look at backup active sheet. And I think if I do edit, and then I think in here somewhere it shows who wrote it. I might be full of BS. Documentation. Interesting. I feel like you showed me that at one point. Okay, CompBot, I need to get to add CompBot type plus at. Ooh, do we have her GitHub token? Is she okay with me sharing? If she's okay with me sharing it, put it in the chat because I would love more people to have it. But if not, let me know. Ooh. No token needed. Wait a minute. Do we have the file? Or do we have the link? Has she posted the link? Maybe I can go find it on her. Oh yeah, I'm planning a girl strip. Get excited. Our sweet Jack Kennedy. Where's CompBot? Okay.
What if you can create your...
Enough of that. Okay, there's the bot. I found it. I think. Did it work? Oh my gosh, we have CompBot now. Yay! That was easy. I'm so proud. Okay. F1. No definitions found. Ah. Get out of here. Okay, I'm being silly again. If I want to see all of the CompBot specific stuff, we did, what did we say? What did we say? Okay, okay. Comp. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Am I filtered? I'm filtered. I'm filtered. Okay. We'll figure that out later. I'm gonna figure that out. Okay, cool. Oh, we've got new text. Do F1 on CompBot. Okay, we're gonna try that again at comp and then F1, but it's nothing at the moment. So you let me know. Because I definitely know she did a bunch of documentation. I just feel like I'm being silly, like I'm doing something wrong. But you let me know. You let me know. Okay. I'm going to start with which one makes me most interested. Well, the unwrap outermost layer, I think, lives in Lambda robot, or I think it's an array robot. May need to unblock the file. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm keeping track of both tabs. Okay, I'm gonna start noodling around one by one. At formula F1. So the cool thing is also there's these hyperlink sheets. So if you want to be able to dig through and see what's happening, you can quick click to and from to see more information, which I love. The other cool thing is you can just press Control Shift O and then just toggle down through all of them, really. And so the ones that are gray, for those of you that may not know, are things that either require to be on a table, on a range, on a cell, on a formula, on something, to be able to complete the task it's trying to complete. Everything at the beginning is able to be done without that. Format formula is a great one. FF. Ooh. You're absolutely right. That's the one that makes it like not bow mode, right? Wait, let's equals let A1, B2, C3, A plus B plus C. So that formula, she's fine. But if I was to do Control Shift O, FF, it spaced it out very nicely. I don't know if it was, that might be a user error, but I would have anticipated, well, maybe it's in bow mode. Disable bow mode. Nah, I'm missing something. But let me know what the best kind of formula benefits most from format formula. It only wraps if it's longer. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Big long formulas with let statements. Absolutely. I gave it a softball and it said, "Puh, we don't, you're already formatted." Robot sticker. Oh my gosh, cute. You know what? That's my favorite one, guys. Honestly, that deserved to be automated. Robot sticker. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I got caught being silly. Let's just see what say hello does. We encountered an error. Make sure there's a named range that exists in the active workbook. Oh. Oh. Oh, I've done something now. Named range. Let's name him. Name. Name for hello. Hello, Paul. Cute. The nice thing about this as well is that, like, obviously just then it was looking for something very specific, but it led you exactly to what needed to happen. You know what I mean? So even if, like, getting used to it telling you the kind of things that could possibly go wrong or what you need to kind of adjust to interact with it is also very nice. I think my explorations are going to take a lot longer than an hour, but you at least can see a kind of vibe of like how you can start stepping through. I'm going to just do, and I feel like random data. I know you have like a random, I'm going to make my own random data set generator. There we go. Oh my gosh, she's humongous. Maybe let's do like 5 and 5. There we go. Little babies. Little babies. Let's do 2. Okay, cute. Okay, I would just want to see what kind of formulas. Let me zoom in. What kind of formula commands or what I got going on in here. Ooh. I definitely do need a peach logo. So, okay, actually, I'm gonna try that out. Sticker. And if I was to duplicate and I want to do peach sticker, peach, launch code. I wouldn't want them to be the same launch code, right? I would want it to be something else. So maybe like PS, which would be peach sticker. And then I think inside of the VBA, I would need it to reference a part. I would need it to reference a VBA code that I would need to adjust it to reference a file for the peach. But I wonder. I mean, VBA is so far outside of my mental scope anyway, but okay. Anyways, that's TBD for next time. But again, thank you guys for joining. Eric, thank you for building a hell of an Excel add-in. I'm going to keep frogging around with it. But now I think I've at least, you just have to get started because it's one of those things that like, it's so enormous, it's kind of intimidating, but you also made it so approachable, which I think is like a metaphor for a lot of things in my life. And so similarly, Peach Profitability, we're trying to make industrial engineering and continuous improvement approachable, and how we make learning approachable and all of this. And so if you're feeling overwhelmed in your learning, your continuous improvement, your day-to-day life, that's totally understandable, because you're human, and it's about bringing the human to the continuous improvement. I'm talking so far out of my ass. I digress. Anyways, a lot of cool stuff happening. Join us at the Active Cell Conference December 1st through the 3rd in Vegas at the Luxor Hotel Casino. I'm going to be presenting along with a lot of the folks that are in the chat right now. What else do I have? Take your meds, drink some water, eat properly. I'm going to head over to the after hours, or the I'm going to head over to the chit chat chamber over in Discord to kind of hang out with anyone who wants to head over. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a beautiful Monday and a great rest of your week. And that's it.